Welcome to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. Here are the stories that we're following today, June 21st, 2013. From the Caribbean, an update to another story we have been following closely from Jamaica. A 14-year-old Anchovy High School girl allegedly killed by her peer during a fight. U.S. Coast Guard helps seize 1,500 pounds of cocaine in the Caribbean Sea. Fears over Venezuelan Petrocaribe aid sparked surge in interest in Caribbean oil, gas, and power industries. Jamaica upgraded on U.S. trafficking in persons report. The details on these headlines and more when we return.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Stop the music! It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now. GrecoAuto.com.
Welcome back to CAN, Caribbean Affiliate News. My name is Siobhan Gobin. This segment of the news is sponsored by Amirals Travel. In Jamaica, a 14-year-old student of Anchovy High School was fatally stabbed allegedly by one of her classmates during a fight on the main road near the school as they headed home at the end of the morning shift Wednesday afternoon. The deceased has been identified as Jamila Dawkins of Potosi, Johns Hall in the parish. Her alleged killer has since been taken into custody. The police reported about 12:20 p.m. the two girls had a fight when a knife was brought into the play. Dawkins was stabbed and was rushed to the Cornwall Regional Hospital, where doctors declared her dead. Her alleged attacker reportedly fled the scene but was later held by the police in Montego Hills. Yesterday's tragic incident is said to be the result of a feud which developed not long ago between the two grade 8 students who were once best friends. Reporters were told that the deadly fight was the second between the two in 3 days. Efforts to get a comment from the school's principal yesterday proved futile, as he was said to be locked in a meeting with staff and Ministry of Education personnel. In a telephone interview, the school's chairman, Calvin G. Brown, said the incident has left the entire school population and the families of the victim in deep mourning. And I quote, "The entire school is in mourning. The school is concerned about the fact that the incident took place and we have lost 2 children, the victim and the aggressor. We sympathize with the parents of both children, especially the victim. It is so senseless," Brown lamented. He argued that the incident underscored the need for clinical psychologists in the school system. And I quote, "Somehow we have to learn to manage aggression, and you are never too young to begin to teach these types of things so that children can learn to manage conflict," noted Brown. "We have tried to put in conflict management, but we are going to have to try to expand it at all levels of the school system," he added. The United States Coast Guard, along with the Royal Netherlands Navy, has seized 1,517 pounds of cocaine with a street value of about $24 million from a go-fast vessel in the Caribbean Sea. In a statement on Wednesday, the Coast Guard said as a result, 3 smugglers from the Dominican Republic have been detained. The sea interdiction stemmed from an international multi-agency law enforcement effort in support of Operation Unified Resolve, Operation Caribbean Guard, and the Caribbean Corridor Strike Force. The Coast Guard reports that on June 11th, the crew of a marine surveillance aircraft detected 3 men aboard a suspicious go-fast vessel loitering about 105 nautical miles south-southeast of Ponce, Puerto Rico. The Coast Guard alerted the Royal Netherlands Navy, the Holland Offshore Patrol vessel, In regards to PetroCaribe, recent developments in the Venezuelan political landscape have encouraged the Caribbean region to question its position within the oil, gas, and power industry. Lee Hunt, consultant and former president of the International Association of Drilling Contractors, commented, and I quote, "What once was a trickle is fast becoming a stream in the Caribbean, with new announcements of expanding deep water exploration, lease offerings, and drilling permits being issued." Just 7 miles from the Venezuelan coast, which holds the largest proven oil reserves, Trinidad and Tobago holds the majority of the Caribbean region's oil production and is a major exporter of liquefied natural gas. The Ministry of Energy and Energy Affairs Senator Kevin Ramnarine recently noted, and I quote, "The level of drilling and workover activity in the oil and gas industry has significantly increased in the last 2 years. We expect this trend to continue in the medium term. In the last 2 years, we have applied a progressive policy with regard to the fiscal regime that has seen Trinidad and Tobago's upstream sector become more competitive." The 2-day Caribbean Oil, Gas and Power Summit in September 2013 aims to bring together some of the world's leading industry players, including energy ministers, senior oil and gas company representatives, contractors, service companies, and solution providers to discover the latest investment opportunities, strengthen industry ties, and seek out new business opportunities. Jamaica was on Wednesday removed from the United States State Department Trafficking in Persons Tier 2 watch list, National Security Minister Peter Bunting said. The country was last year downgraded from Tier 2 to a Tier 2 watch list by the State Department's 2012 report on trafficking in persons in its ranking of the measures being undertaken by the government there to address human trafficking. The Tier 2 watch list consists of countries whose governments do not fully comply with the U.S. Trafficking Victims Protection Act's minimum standards, but are making efforts to bring themselves to compliance. It is also noted that Jamaica is a source, transit, and destination country for adults and children subjected to sex trafficking and forced labor, and that the exploitation of local children in the sex trade remains a problem. The National Security Minister said that the Trafficking in Persons Prevention, Suppression and Punishment Amendment Bill to increase the penalty for the offense of trafficking in persons and make new provisions for offenses like trafficking and other related matters should be debated and passed soon. This, he said, is the final in a series of measures designed to respond to the downgrading of Jamaica's status to the Tier 2 watch list on the U.S. State Department 2012 Trafficking in Persons reports. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. We will be right back.
Million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Stop the music! It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now. GrecoAuto.com.
Since we announced Sign and Drive with 0 out of pocket and low monthly payments, cars been flying out of Bronx Honda at a record pace. Whoa! New Accord with 0 out of pocket for $249 a month, or new Civics just $199 per month, or save thousands with 0% financing. You'd never have to leave the Bronx to get the best price on the Honda. Bronx Honda guarantees the lowest price in the Bronx. Bronx Honda, East Tremont Avenue. Visit BronxHonda.com.
I can't believe your mom let you take your car out. This is awesome.
It's time to grow up.
You're crazy.
Little while
Go faster. Stop.
It'll all be alright.
I raised my son to be careful,
Hey, sweetie.
Hey, Mom.
but just to be safe,
So don't you worry.
I got a Subaru.
Love.
It's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Coleman Subaru, 1710 North Alden Avenue, Ewing, New Jersey, or colemansubaru.com.
Welcome back to Cannes. This segment is sponsored by Clear. United States Vice President Joe Biden and Haiti's President Michel Martelly held talks by phone following a meeting between the two during Biden's visit to Trinidad last month. Biden reiterated the United States' continued long-term support for Haiti's reconstruction and development as well as its democratic progress, the White House relayed. The two sides reportedly discussed areas including infrastructure development, police and security issues, strengthening the capacity of Haitian government institutions, and promoting transparency and human rights, with Biden underscoring the importance of the planned legislative elections in Haiti, urging the government to hold elections this year. That echoed a call made by a number of international observers, including the United Nations. And I quote, Vice President Biden reaffirmed that the United States is a committed friend and partner of Haiti and noted that he looks forward to deepening our cooperation to help Haiti build a more prosperous and secure country for its people, the White House says. In a statement, Martelly said the call, which took about an hour, also covered the strengthening of the U.S.-backed Caracol Industrial Park and recent U.S. travel warnings on Haiti. Martelly's office said the call was the first in what would be a series of conversations between the National Palace and the White House. Martelly, who is currently the chairman of CARICOM, called earlier this year for a U.S. CARICOM summit that would include President Barack Obama. It's not clear what progress has been made on that account. In Dominica, Campbell residents are still in shock after witnessing a man making several trips with heaps of marijuana plants on his shoulder early Thursday morning. According to one eyewitness, the man went on someone's plantation and uprooted the trees on and said, and I quote, "I'm working for police and I'm cutting all marijuana plants today." The witness said the man was last seen about 11 a.m. with more marijuana plants. The witness further stated that the man has been doing strange things in the community in recent times. He was recently released from the psychiatric unit as he is mentally ill. Police have confirmed that the matter is being investigated. In Tobago, two men who surrendered to police in connection with the multi-million-dollar marijuana bust in Tobago were granted bail with travel restrictions when they appeared in court today. Dion Stewart and Hayden George, both Tobago residents, appeared before Magistrate Nanette Ford John. They were jointly charged with possession of marijuana for the purpose of trafficking. The street value of the drug was placed at 6.2 million TT dollars. The court heard that on June 12, the men were found with the drugs in a castera by the police. The men reportedly were caught by police but escaped their custody but quickly surrendered. The men's attorney noted that they surrendered to police and were being cooperative and were not a flight risk. The men were put on $500,000 bail with surety and to report to the Old Grange and Scarborough police station on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays. The men are to appear in court on July 18th. Bermuda says it has not signed a tax avoidance treaty with Britain, insisting that it would do nothing to jeopardize the island's financial model or agreements signed in the past. Premier Craig Connonier told a news conference that Bermuda and 9 other British overseas territories and crown dependencies had declined to sign the tax treaty during talks in London with British Prime Minister David Cameron. Cameron last week summoned Bermuda and 5 other OTs, the Cayman Islands, British Virgin Islands, Turks and Caicos, Montserrat and Anguilla, to London as he sought more transparency to end what he called the scourge of tax evasion. But Cameron, who led his One Bermuda alliance to power in the December general election, told reporters that at least up to the time he left, none of the 10 countries had signed a multilateral convention on mutual administrative assistance in tax matters. Other countries at the talks were Gibraltar, Jersey, Guernsey, and the Isle of Man. Weekend reports out of London suggested the 10 countries had signed up to the deal during the meeting Prime Minister Cameron called ahead of a 2-day G8 summit in Northern Ireland he hosted on Monday and Tuesday, when leaders agreed new measures to clamp down on money launderers, illegal tax evaders, and corporate tax avoiders. The G8 governments agreed to give each other automatic access to information on their residents' tax affairs. Richards said Bermuda had been more successful with its public relations in the U.S. than in the U.K. The Bermuda delegation had stressed to Prime Minister Cameron that Bermuda and the other OTs had not been given a fair opportunity to examine the multilateral agreement that he wanted signed. You are watching Caribbean Affiliate News. Stay tuned.
5 million customers use Leica Mobile for affordable international mobile calls, connecting over 2.5 million mobile calls daily, helping our customers stay in touch with their loved ones, whether they be in Asia, Africa, Europe, or the rest of the world. Every 5 seconds, a new Leica Mobile customer joins our growing family, helping you to make affordable international calls across the world. Leica Mobile. Call the world for less.
Stop the music! It's week 2 of our used car blowout month, and this week it's guaranteed credit approval. If we can't show you how to get approved, that car is on us. Log on now. GrecoAuto.com.